McDonald's.
What an atmosphere!
Triple M rocks footy.
It's what rugby league's all about. Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
And it's a very good evening, everybody, right across the east coast of Australia, through Queensland, down into southeast Queensland, and, of course, across New South Wales, where we absolutely love our favourite game, the great game of rugby league on Triple M and via the Listener app. As always, Mitsubishi Heavy Industry Air Conditioners. Put your trust in the experts in air, and we have them on board again this year. McDonald's, Surprise Fries is back with a 1 in 3 chance to win millions of prizes, and built tough for Aussie conditions. You know what I'm talking about. Our great mates at Ream Hot Water. A regular on the Triple M breakfast show these days is me old mate Aaron Woodsy Woods. How are you, Woodsy?
Anthony, going good. Hello to all our listeners out there. This is my favourite part of the week. Now, obviously, come in nice and early in the mornings, but to spend 2 hours every Friday night from 6 to 8 with you, geez, there's nothing more I look forward to.
No, I got to say, I do look forward to it, and we've got JD back. Welcome, JD, Jason Demetrio.
Thanks, Maroon. It's my favourite crew, this one.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Friday night, 6 p.m.
Not much footy chat, just more what's happening in the world.
And the behind-the-scenes guys are great blokes. But the big news, JD, before we get into it, we've just signed you up to do the Bankstown RSL Gotcha for Life lunch on May 9.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah,
we're really looking forward to it.
We haven't had a coach yet, so we're looking forward to that.
How good's a free plug from you, mate?
No, well,
you're
it's a Gotcha for Life, mate. It's a Gotcha for Life. It's a great call. Let's talk.
Where's it at?
It's at Bankstown RSL.
Oh, yeah. That is surprisingly.
Both these sides, great victories last week. Warriors over Manly and Roosters over Penrith. JD, if I can start with you, I guess maybe what we learnt last week was, for us punters on the hill, a Roosters side coached by Trent Robinson. The modern Roosters side, no matter who puts the jumper on, they turn up.
Oh, they do. You know, I think for me, we called the trial match, didn't we? The Roosters played against the Knights, and they were terrible that day, and they backed that up with a round one performance, and it just really sidetracked you from what talent they have got in their roster. But gee, they were good last week. I felt from the time Trent Robinson walked into the press conference after that round one game, He set that week up right there and then. He spoke about effort areas. He spoke about the green shoots that he saw. And in that whole week, from their players from that perspective, no one expected that performance. And they were $11, weren't they? With the
Head-to-head, they were 11. And you hear players like Chad Townsend, James said, they've won competitions. And they say that's one of the greatest wins they've ever been a part of. So you've got to respect, a lot of credit to them. And
Woodsy, this is no fortress. I know we go to Go Media Stadium in Auckland and all the bells and whistles, but it's no fortress. They only won 4 games there last year, and the Roosters today get back Leniu and they get back Radley, and I think the Roosters are going to beat them.
Yeah, well, I think the Roosters this week probably expected to win. Last week they were given no chance by anyone. Pardon myself, I thought they were going to get absolutely flogged, but to come out and see the way they played. But you got to remember, this Warriors side, they had all the hype around them last year. They were quite disappointing. They sold out every home game. The fans got right behind them, but they delivered last week. They come up against the Red Hot Manly side, and they really give it to them. They had a great win in the margin area, but this is going to be I think this game is just the absolute flip of the coin. Both sides are coming in with some good form now, but, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Who are you tipping?
I'm going to go to Roosters tonight.
JD?
Yeah, I've been and ahhing Warriors, Roosters, Warriors. I'm going to go Warriors just.
Yeah.
I'll say this, though. When you go to New Zealand over the last couple of years, since they've come back after COVID, the reception you get and the way you're treated from the moment you arrive at the stadium is first class. I actually think it actually gets the players really excited and up to play. And as you spoke about their home record, they do such a good job for the away side. It gets them excited to play.
Okay, guys, here they come now out onto the field. The away side, the Roosters, Tedesco, Tupou, Nwakanitawasi, Toya and Young. And the halves, Sandon Smith and, of course, Chad Townsend. Spencer Leniu back with White up front. Connor Watson is the hooker. And the back row is Crichton, Wong and Radley. It took us 150 years, but we finally got a rugby league team with a White and a Wong. And we love it, the Roosters today. And now the home side, the New Zealand. But anyone woke who's listening, I'm just having a little bit of fun, okay?
How long did you think of that and you've been waiting to say that?
This morning I was on the toilet and I thought, what if I say that? Will that be okay, or will that offend someone? And if it offends someone, you're just taking yourself too seriously. Go and splash your face with cold water. Here is the Warriors now coming out onto the field. A good win last week over Manly. And the fullback is Nickel Kluksta 50 games for the Warriors today for Chance. Also 66 at Canberra, including a grand final. Tuapiki and Tuivasa-Sheck are the wings. Leotawa and Pompey are the centres. Harris, DeVita and Metcalf are the halves. Up front, Fisher, Harris and Barnett, Capel and Niokora in the back row. I didn't mention Wade Egan, the hooker. And from the Gold Coast Titans into the Warriors, Aaron Clark starts at lock. Listening right around Australia at @NRL. Wherever you might be listening, you can keep in touch with us as we await this game to start. Wade Egan is going to get us underway. The beautiful city of Auckland. I think we're taking a trip to Auckland later this year.
Yeah, I think in August at some stage, Maroon, so that'll be interesting to go travel with you.
Yeah, we'll have to organise a sports lunch while we're over there. double dip, the double clip.
Not like you.
There's the kick, the Warriors, and so we get underway with the Roosters through Tupou, who is going to be stopped. And the Roosters haven't lost at this venue, so Warriors haven't beaten the Roosters in Auckland since 2017. And already, JD?
Mate, he's pushing him from behind. They got beaten 18 months ago. Chad Townsend sitting there, call it the driver, get behind and push your player forward. He's pushed him about 12 metres, but luckily Rashley Kynes made him take the ball back.
Watson and then Leniu ricochets out of a tackle and he's brought down his own side of halfway. Watson again a dummy half. This time we go to the middle and the Roosters come up toward the halfway with Victor the Inflictor Radley, and he will get up and play it back now on tackle 3. To the right side we go, and it ends up now with Wong, and Wong won't be able to get the pass away. Brought down by Aaron Clark just inside Warriors territory on tackle 5. Right side, here is Chad Townsend, and the veteran halfback sends it down. Taken on the full by Chance Nickel Klukstad-Woodsy. Game 50 for his beloved Warriors.
Yeah, big congratulations to Big Chance. He's been a great warrior of the game, especially for the New Zealand Warriors. But good step from the Roosters. Admittedly, they sort of stopped momentum with the driver from Chad Townsend, but they got down the other end and they got their A-game on tonight, Maroon.
And for the first time for our friends at Bob Jane T-Marts, let's go down to the sideline. Tiffany Salmon.
Good evening. It's a warm and dry night here in Auckland for this exciting matchup between two teams who are coming off emotion-charged victories after both bounced back from disappointing losses in round 1. But the question remains whether those wins were one-offs fueled by stinging criticisms or the new norm. It's high energy here at Go Media Stadium, so I think we're in for a great game of footy.
Good to catch up. Thank you very much, Tiff. On the sideline for Bob Jane T-Marts, there's the kick. We're 0-0. And just about 2 minutes into the game, Teddy Tedesco has it. He comes one of those typical Teddy runs, and maybe Aaron Clark got him high. He'll get up and play it back to Chad Townsend, a dummy half. To the left side they go, and it ends up with Tupou, and Tupou's going to be pulled down by Metcalf. And so too involved in the tackle there is Niokora. Gets up to play it back. Connor Watson. Crichton now up toward the halfway. And it's a good game. Crowd's loving it. Tedesco over the halfway line. Straightens up. Taken by Barnett. 10 metres inside Warriors end. And just off centre of the field. At the play the ball, they come to the short side now. Sandon Smith gets it away to Crichton. And Crichton's going to be stopped there by Niokora. About 30 metres out from the Warriors line. Last tackle though, there's the kick from Sandon Smith. Up she goes! They let it bounce! And it bounces into the arms of Niokora JD. Another great coach, Gus Gould, says if you let it bounce, you're just inviting drama into your life.
That's so true. The bounce pass undefendable, as everybody says, but it's a poor kick, and it's a great set from the Roosters. They really generate ruck speed. It's a great start that's going from both teams.
0-0 on the Beacon Trade scoreboard, and the ball is with the Warriors now. Egan getting up, holding his chin there. Woodsy, did he get a high one?
I didn't see it too often, but he tends to stay down a fair bit this way, Egan. The referee's giving him all the opportunity in the world. As we watch the replay now, it's probably this day and age, it's a penalty if the bunker does jump in, but
no.
As we see with the bunker, they just work when they want to work. Some weekends, don't they?
Harvey Norman, 2024 TV run on now. Big screens, king screens. There's king screens now, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman, 2024 TV run out. There's the kick taken on the full by Tupou, and Tupou brings it back toward the halfway line and 20 metres short. Still 0-0 all on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. The ball is played back to Smith and given to Nawaka Nitawasi, who will be taken by Egan and brought down. And and then played to Connor Watson again. It will go to Radley, and then straight up the middle there goes White. White's going to be pulled down just his own side of the halfway line. And then it'll go across to Radley. And much said, JD, about the players that the Roosters have lost in the off-season. Obviously, Lukey Keary and Jared Warrior-Hargraves and Joey Manu. I'll come back to you. Hang on a second. Knocked on by Dom Young, JD.
Yeah, they created some space out there on the edge, but it was just poorly executed. I thought Dom Young was in field a little bit. Pass was too high, and he's knocked it on and turned the ball over. And it's not what you want to be doing in New Zealand. You don't want to be giving the Warriors free ball inside your half, because they can play some footy.
Well, watching the last couple of sets, JD, Tedesco's sort of gone to that first receiver role, and he's using Sandon Smith down the left and using Chad Townsend at the right. It worked last week. I think the conditions probably suited it. These conditions over in New Zealand, I reckon you've got to go through them.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's had probably 10 touches already, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That looked like a crusher tackle there on Leotawa.
Yeah, like if you're a Warriors fan, those couple of decisions last week in the bunker, then the first one of this game already, you've got to think that the bunker doesn't like the Warriors, don't you reckon?
5 gone, Beacon Trade School. What are you trying to say? Mate, listen, you're not on your breakfast show now. What about him on the breakfast show
Just
at
having a
Triple M?
conversation, mate.
Oh, mate, you think you're bloody Kyle Sandilands. You drive a Mazda BT50, not a Bentley. I've been listening to you, mate.
I wish I could be like Kyle. He's one of the legends of the breakfast radio, brother.
I've been listening to you every morning. I say, listen to this bloke. He is chock-a-block. He's in love with himself. 0-0, 5 gone on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Egan gets into dummy half. Now the pass goes to Barnett. Barnett takes it forward, and he almost gets dacked as he's brought down by Angus Crichton. And he will play it now to Egan, and Egan will go back to the... Oh, he actually goes short side. Gets the pass on to Niokora, and they are inside the Westpac red zone for the first time tonight, the Warriors. Egan, and then Clark. Metcalf now. Back inside comes Capewell. But they're about 12 metres out and centre of the park. Egan again, this time to Aaron Clark, inside the 10, turns, offloads back to Egan, right side. Chance, Nickel Cookster, away from 1, away from 2, he ducks, he weaves, and he gets a little pass away, but referee Ashkline says he was tackled on the 4th. Here we go again, Egan, first receiver Clark, Metcalf now, it goes out to Harris Tavita, and he turns, gets it back to Metcalf, risky pass, Pompey finds his wing, Tuivasa Shek. Of course, up against his old club from many, many years ago. And it's a changeover, JD. No change, 0-0.
Yeah, decent set from the Warriors, but great defence on the Roosters as well. Pat, everything under control. Bit of second phase caused them some problems, but they dealt with it really well.
No, but in the Fettingham department, Woodsy, you are killing it on the breakfast show. I am listening every morning. Everybody at the Green Olive Cafe at Little Bay's listening. Now, there's a crusher tackle on the Toya, the young Roosters number 4, Toya. Pretty blatant crusher on the Harvey Norman replay. I don't think we'd be arguing with that.
No, it's a fair call, but watching this young Toya play the last couple of weeks, geez, he's so light on his feet. He's explosive. They've really unearthed the superstar here. Look, it was just an awkward sort of tackle. There was no intent with the crusher, but big fan of this Toya. He's got a big future ahead of him.
Expert comments from Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Aaron Woods, and so too Jason Demetrio. We've got Tiff Salmon on the sideline. We'll go to her shortly. Penalties are 1-1. The ball is with Townsend. Then it comes back toward the middle for Spencer Leniu. Over the halfway line goes Spencer. And I mentioned that again. Warriors haven't beaten the Roosters here since 2017. Straight up the middle goes Angus Crichton. And 10 metres inside Warriors territory. 7.5 gone, 0-0. Played to Connor Watson at dummy half for the Roosters. Then to the centre, it goes from Smith and ends up with Radley. And he will play it now right side. It's Smith once again, and then Townsend, and he gets it away to Toya. And the pass is awkward. It's more of a knock on, JD, than a pass.
Yeah, it was a poor pass yet again. End of set, turning the ball over 30 metres off the Warriors line on a 0 tackle, so they're going to be under pressure again here. They haven't got to the kick the last 2 sets. I'm sure Trent Robinson will be sending that message out.
Broncos Cowboys next by geez, they need a change in fortune. The Cowboys will have that game for you on Triple M. Here's Barnett. He's right at the halfway line on tackle 3. And played to Egan to the left side to Harris Tavita. And well stopped there by Victor Radley. He'll get up and play it on tackle 3. Egan is there. Fisher Harris now at a brand new club. 30 metres out. Will play it quickly to Egan. Short side now on tackle 5. Harris Tavita kicks it into the Westpac red zone. And Dom Young makes no mistake that time. He takes the tackle. 9 gone. Beacon Trade scoreboard. It's 0-all. And it comes back now to Toya, who's about 15 metres out with 9 gone. Triple M _ NRL. Len Nicodemo says, I spotted JD at MJ. What does that mean? You got any idea what that means?
MJ, I went to Michael Jackson the musical.
Oh, did you really?
Yes.
How was that?
I took my mum and my brother and we took her for her 70th birthday. It was outstanding. Really good to anyone who's an MJ fan.
Yeah, wow. Your mum's only 70. She had you young, didn't she?
Yeah, I'm only young, mate.
And then it comes back to Townsend, 15 metres out from the Warriors line. And was the fake MJ any good? Where was that at?
He actually was really good.
Was he?
Yeah, they must have hit the lottery when they did the auditions and he rocked up.
And then it comes across now for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. 15 his own side of the halfway line. Thank you for that information, Len Nicodemo. Stay in touch. As the ball comes across now for Tuapiki, comes looking for it. Still 0-all, 10 minutes gone. Warriors in possession. Egan and Barnett, and they looked a little bit skinny, that 10, Woodsy.
Yeah, it did. The one thing you'll notice is the difference between the two sides at the moment. JD called it. It's the kicking game at the moment. The Warriors are landing on the try line of the Roosters, and every time the Roosters have gone to kick, they've just let the Warriors get some easy yards by landing on the 20 or 30 metre mark, which is starting their sets off well.
Aristida kicks it, and Dom Young takes it beautifully, about 11 metres out from his own line. So possession pretty even at the moment, and completion rates are good too. 5 from 5 the Warriors, and 4 from 6 the Roosters on the Choice Hotel stats. Angus Crichton, what a season he had last year, Angus. And I'll go down to Tiffany very shortly and get an update on the humidity, because some of these players are very, very sweaty already. The ball looks slippery. I'll come to you shortly, Tiff. Here's Nawaka Nitawasi up toward the halfway line and 15 metres short on tackle 4. Now Chad Townsend from inside the 40. The kick is good. Oh, but it sits up. And RTS, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, has it 15 metres out and taken in a great tackle by Radley. Down on the sideline for Bob Jane. Let's go to you, Tiff.
You're right, actually, Maroon. It is a bit humid down here. It's a balmy 20 degrees here in Auckland, and my hands are a bit sticky, so I didn't think about that, but you're right, very humid night.
Okay, thank you, Tiffany Salmon on the sideline for Bob Jane T-Marts. Tuapiki away from 1, away from 2, and then brought down 15 metres his own side of the halfway line. Egan and Harris Tavita, and he's over the halfway, and he looks to pass, and he's brought down by Connor Watson. Then we see it go across to Aaron Clark. 12 metres inside the Roosters' end. Still no score. 12 minutes gone. The ball comes back now for Metcalf. The Coffs Harbour Comet. Up it goes! Taken beautifully by Dan Tupou. 10 metres out. JD, Aaron Clark from the Titans to the Warriors. A good pick-up for the Warriors, do you think?
I think so. He's a real worker. He's hard to handle. He's had a great start to this game, been really physical. He's poking his nose through every time he catches the ball. He's just starting to win the field position battle here the Warriors, but be interesting to see who breaks first. Great game, good 12 minutes to start. No one's really getting on top yet.
Townsend, and then to the winger Dom Young is going to get up and play it back to Watson, and then Tedesco, and Tedesco can't get away from Barnett. He turns to pass, can't get the pass away. Last play, says Ash Klein. Watson sends it away to Townsend, just inside the 40. It's a good kick again. I think that's a 40-20.
Out on the full.
Oh, out on the full. Get your eyes checked. Out on the full.
It's all right, your glasses are a little bit foggy, mate. It's all good, but it was the right option, but he just didn't hit it well. It looked like he come off the side of the boot, goes about a metre or two outside, lands outside. This is, JD called this before, the kicking game's been poor for the Roosters. They're just inviting the Warriors down, and he just mentioned it's going to be interesting to see which side cracks first. Is that a little crack already?
Yes, well, I bought these glasses at the servo on the way here, so I apologise. 13 and a half gone. Warriors and Roosters are 0-0 on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Egan, Clark, Barnett. Now the blue team on the attack again. And referee Ash Klein says 6 tackles to restart. Getting up to play it back. Egan gets in there to dummy half, and then it goes to Aaron Clark. And he gets it away to Fisher Harris. Turns and gets a pass back to Metcalf. Now they come right side. Nickel Klukstar gets the pass away then on to Leotawa, who's well inside the Westpac red zone. He's only 9 out and 10 metres in from touch. Tackle count restarted, of course. Nickel Klukstar at dummy half. Metcalf and Clark up the centre. And brought down about 5 metres out, right in the zone now, right in front of the sticks, the Warriors. As we see Egan go across, get the pass away to Metcalf, taken beautifully by Sandon Smith. It's a Mac as I'm loving it moment on tackle 3. Now chance Nickel Klukstar, steps away from one, goes back into the traffic. He's gone backwards, and then he's taken in a beautiful tackle by Spencer Leniu. He went about 50 metres across field. Last play, and it is with Harris Tavita. Kicks out toward the winger Dom Young. Up they go. It might have been batted forward. It's play on. It's still with Barnett. It's last. He kicks it again across to the right side now. Tuapiki misses it. Nawaka Nitawazi picks it up and is forced into the in goal. The old double deal, and that's a good set from the Warriors.
Yeah, it was, but they've created some opportunities. It's the hardest part for young halves when you come into first grade is to attack inside the opposition's 10 when the defence is rushing you. Wade Egan's done a great job to hold up the markers and the A defenders and create some space for his young halves. But they're just panicking a little bit. They can just stay calm, hold their depth a little bit more. They'll create some chances here, but you've got to credit the Roosters' trial on defence. It's been outstanding so far.
Okay, what are we going to see here, Woodsy? Short dropout, long dropout. Oh, it's a short one. I don't like these short dropouts. That one's gone 10.5 metres. Ricochets up in the arms of Harris Tavita. So it's still 0-0 Warriors and Roosters.
The bad thing is about these short dropouts, there's no reward for the side to get that repeat set. And it's so hard to land the ball in goal and to make a tackle in there and get that ball back.
Here's Poppy, 15 metres out, gets up and plays it back to Egan. Then it goes to Clark, and then Clark will go inside the 10, and he's brought down by Angus Crichton. This might be the opportunity here for the Wars as it's played to Egan. Long pass left side. Metcalf steps off the left, comes back in field and gets caught in the first Malachi crunch for the afternoon on tackle 3, 5 metres out, tackle 4 in fact. Now Clark at first receiver. Barnett, oh, he's stopped. He's 2 metres out, and he's looking for the quick play the ball. Egan again, right side, Harris Tavita, and Leotawa over the line. Held up. Connor Watson holds him up, and this is a great tackle. A Mac as I'm loving it moment, JD, as a coach. You'll be loving that.
Yeah, last tackle. They've run it on the last. A big man, great short pass, and he's held him up. He's got under him. Mark Wanga Nikitawazi has got in there as well and held him up, as is Tedesco. It's a great trial on defence from the Roosters.
So now the Roosters have the ball, and it's 0-0, 16.5 gone. Triple M _ NRL. Ed Roydlick wants to know, JD, did the fake Michael Jackson do the moonwalk?
He did the moonwalk, did it well as well.
Can you do the moonwalk, would you?
Oh, no, I cannot.
You don't get in there in the breakfast show in the morning and start bossing people around, do you? Because
you're kidding, aren't you?
Another error from the Roosters. That's about 5 of their last 6 sets where they haven't gotten to a kick. This defence is going to take its toll.
Yeah, well, that's 5 of 9 now on the completion rates. JD, 2 of Arthur has it. He'll play it because I tell you what, he'll play it back now to Tuapiki, and Tuapiki comes in field. Oh, he always looks dangerous with the football. At the play the ball now, Egan goes to the right, gets it away to Clark, drops one back in for Barnett, back inside the Westpac red zone. It's only a matter of time, one would think, for the Warriors, and that's on tackle 3. And then Egan again goes to the centre, gets it away to Clark. Clark is taken by Wong and held out, but he's only about 5 metres out. They've had a lot of footy, this mob. Metcalf gets it away to Niokora, and he went straight across. He's taken someone out here, boys. He's left someone down. Is it little Sandon Smith? He's just gone straight over the top of him like a speed hump.
See, I don't think the ref should have stopped it here.
Stop it.
You got to play on. It's a great carry. He's gone through. They've produced a quick playable off the back of it. And you've got a player like Wade Egan, who's so deceptive at 9. They're just taking away an opportunity from the Warriors.
There it is.
Or was that Victor Radley's head? He's missed last week with the HIA.
Gets him in the head.
His head
of a hit to the head, but
first game back from the HIA from round 1.
But he's taken 2 out with that run. He's taken out
He's hurt.
Smith and Radley.
Arm and the head of Victor Radley.
Harvey Norman replay. So last tackle, it comes back now. It's kicked by Metcalf. It bops up, now taken by White, but it's going to be. We're going to play a knock on here to the Warriors.
Yeah, I think it was deflection of Victor Radley, and it surprised Lukey Metcalf, and the boy stuck his hand out. So as we see Victor Radley go off with the HIA, but he come up with a big play there to stop the kick going through. I just think the Warriors need to stay calm here. They've been down the other end. JD called it before. You've got to work hard with Wade Egan. He just holds the markers up, and you've got to probably be a little bit flatter. They're probably a little bit too deep at the moment.
I think they're playing off one lead on inside the 10 as well. They've just got one in middle forward who's leading off Egan. I think they have to have 2 and have some slight variation off him just to pull them apart a bit more in the middle third. He's arguably the best ball-playing 9 in the competition at the moment. He's so good. And the ball's going to the halves off that one, and then there's a lot of pressure on him from the inside. So get another lead up there. That'll hold that pressure, inside pressure up.
Well, boys, Warriors have had 65% of the ball in the last 10 minutes. 10 of 11 versus 5 of 9 for the Roosters in the completion rates. All the footy, and we're still 0-all on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Watson is a dummy half. First receiver now is, or the number 16, the fresh man out there, is Steep. Blake Steep's going to get up and play it back there to Watson, who gets the pass away to White up toward the halfway, right on the halfway on tackle 3. Gets up to play it back as the tackle count restarts. Sandon Smith is left side, and now Steep. And he's pulled down just inside the Warriors end of the field. They've done all the hard yards, the Roosters, but they really have to hang on to the footy. Spencer Leniu straight through the middle before Capel pulled him down. And then Watson went left side and got the ball to Townsend, who gave it back to Tedesco. Right on the Westpac red zone now. It's the Roosters' turn. Watson and Sandon Smith. And he floats a little pass away to Wong, who almost gets free. And look where they are already, 3 metres out from the Warriors line on tackle 3. Played back now, Watson. And it comes across now for Townsend. Then it goes to Tedesco. Quick hands to Waka and Itawasi. It comes off a Warriors player. It's still alive. And it ends up with Leatoa.
Knock on by the Warriors.
Knock on by the Warriors, says Ash Klein. Let's have a look at this on the Harvey Norman replay, would you?
Good call from Ash Klein. I think the first one's knocked backwards, but then Metcalf knocks it forward as his own player tries to pick the ball up with an almost accidental offside. You'll see him here knock it out. That goes forward. Now it's the Warriors' turn. They look very vulnerable up that middle third there, didn't they? They were poking holes in them everywhere, the Roosters. Roosters they've been 65% possession in the last 10 minutes against them. If they were to post points here, it'd be a killer blow to the Warriors.
And nice and deep to the right side, the Sydney Roosters. 20 minutes gone. It's Watson and it's Townsend. Then it goes across, ends up with Tedesco inside the 20. Toya can't get around the defence at all. Varsachek. He's about 3 centimetres in the field of play, and Dom Young's going to have to jump into dummy half here. Toya's hurt. Toya is hurt here. Let's have a look at this on the Harvey Norman replay. Tuivasa-Sheck got him. Pompey got him as well. And he's in a world of pain here. Let's have a look at this, Woodsy.
Yeah, look like it's just solid contact. He just hits the deck.
There was something in his last carry before he stayed down a bit too. There was something going on with his lower leg. I'm interested to see if I know he's holding his ribs now. So
you know what I was going to say about that, JD? You know when there was something wrong with his leg? It was a roll ball. It's funny how it's round 3 and Ashley Klein's already forgot about it.
Jeez, you've got it in for the rest tonight, Woodsy.
Don't you know about the not?
I was so happy to see Adam G finally get a main game on a Thursday night last night. He's the best ref in the competition.
He's a good ref.
The G-string.
We love him, the G-banger. He's our favourite. And the ball is played to Dom Young at first receiver Smith. Townsend, then to White. And he's still 0-all. We'll catch up with Tiff on the sideline shortly. We've got some replacements happening. Now we see Townsend 15 metres out and left side Sandon Smith. Gets it away to Tedesco. Oh, And he's brought down by Leotoa, but he's only about 8 metres out. Played then to Tupou. It goes to Smith. It goes to Townsend, and it comes out now for Steep. And all of a sudden, the Roosters have had all the ball. They're 10 metres out, right in front of the post. And it's played back now for Watson to get the pass away to Spencer Leniu. Last play, 3 metres out, right near the goal post. It comes across now for White. He's going to reach out and score. The front row is going to score. Well, as soon as they got their hand on the football, the Roosters meant business. And you called it, JD, yards up the middle.
Huge yards up the middle. The Roosters forwards, when they hold the ball, are really generating ruck speed. I'm sure Robbo sent the message out to play a bit more direct here, and they did. Look, Spencer Leniu, good feet. They had plenty of time. It was a really slow play the ball, this wasn't it? It just got their numbers wrong. Clockstead's nowhere near where he needs to be there. He's on the wrong side of the ruck. They've got too bigger spaces on the open side, and it's just a bit of footwork. Great feet.
It was like it just surprised everybody. They thought it was going out the back for the kick. Connor Watson just realised he could get one-on-one with Aaron Clark. Capewell goes out the back to try and put pressure, but it comes down to the fullback. The positioning was wrong, but JD, the forwards are doing a great job for the Roosters. They're generating some quick ruck speed. And then what Spencer Leniu did, he kept Charles Nichols at the ruck and he couldn't get his numbers right.
Pertek kick predictor for reliable performance turned to Pertek, drama resistant since 1980. 100% says our kick predictor. The Beacon Trade scoreboard. Roosters lead the game 4-0. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, beacontrade.com.au. Lighting, fans, electrical, and everything in between. Sandon Smith from virtually right in front. Over she goes. Beacon Trade. Roosters 6, Warriors 0 as Triple M rocks the footy.
Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. Want a free Bridgestone, Yokohama or Kumho tyre? Buy 3 and the 4th tyre's free. Plus get up to $150 instant cash back on selected tyres. At Bob Jane T-Marts, they'll look after you. Visit bobjane.com.au or call 13 26 25.
New Zealand-born Roosters prop Nofahu White scores the second try of his NRL career since his debut in 2021, and it's a very special night for the young second rower as he plays his first ever NRL game in his hometown of Auckland, where he grew up. He said it's a big occasion for him to play in front of his family tonight, and he just hoped to put on a big performance, which he certainly has. First points on the board for the Roosters.
Good on you, Tiffany Salmon. Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back. Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumho and Pirelli, bobjane.com.au. T's and C's apply. 23 minutes gone in this game. The Roosters lead 6-0, Woodsy.
Yeah, it looks like Wade Egan's just reeled out of the tackle. He tried to make it.
He's in a lot of pain. And Wade needs to be checked.
Wade Egan?
Wade Egan was the tackle before. Now it's Marata.
He's in a lot of pain. They've stopped the game here for Niokora. It's not a head knock. Why do we keep stopping the game? I can half understand the Victory Rudley one earlier because it was a head knock, but there's no head knock here. There's no need to stop this game.
Yeah.
No, we're stopping the game for everything these days. It's let the game flow. If it's not a head knock, and understand the responsibility around that, but if it's not, play on. That's part of the game.
Niokora is back to his feet. There'll be no suggestion of an HIA nowhere near his head.
It's so hard for the attacking side as well because they had a dominant run. They would have got a player called out. They had 3 players around to play the ball, and there's just no reward off the back of it.
So White once again, and possession starting to turn. The Roosters have really taken this game up a notch now. Connor Watson, 17 minutes left in the first half. Sandon Smith, Steep over the halfway line. I think we saw Blake Steep in the All-Stars, did we not? Yeah.
I think he was in Indigenous All-Stars.
Yeah.
It's a young fella.
Townsend now from the halfway line kicks it up on tackle 5, down it comes. Taken beautifully by Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and Roger's going to play it now about 15 his own side of the halfway line. Harris Tavita is the dummy half. Chance Nickel-Crookster runs straight into Steep. That's a good run from Chance up toward the halfway line. And then at the play the ball, it will come across for Tuivasa-Sheck, then Tuapiki. And will play it still his own side of the halfway line. Ash Pine says 6 again. Roosters lead 6-0. Egan and the veteran Dylan Walker just inside Roosters territory. Of course, Dylan was part of that Rabbitohs team that won the premiership. Then he had a good stint at Manly. And now across the ditch. Jackson Ford.
You've got to play some footy now, the Warriors. Not wait until you get right on the try line. Let the ball go. Test their edges.
Okay, here we go now. Metcalf back inside from Niukora. Brought down just inside the Westpac red zone. Tackle 3 is the call. It's played to Wigan, and then it goes to Dylan Walker. Got a little pass away to Jack Ford, but Jack Ford is taken. They're only 9 metres out. Left-hand side of the upright. Tackle count restarts, I think I just heard. Dylan Walker. Chance Nickel Klukster. Got it away to Leotoa. He looks to offload. He'll do well to stay in the field to play. He does. And at the play the ball, it's to Apiki. Then it comes across to Chance once again. He gets caught up in a big old love sandwich there. Tupou and Blake Steep 5 metres out. But of course, it's a fresh set. It's to Apiki. It's Metcalf. It's Dylan Walker. Now it's Jackson Ford. Great defence, Roosters. Tackle 3, 9 metres out. Tries for the quick play the ball. Egan's at dummy half. Gets it away to Metcalf. Right side Chance. Gets it onto Leotoa. He goes over and they strike back the Warriors and score the second try to make it 6-4 on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
It was a matter of time, that set. And what the Warriors did well, they rolled through the middle of the ruck of the Roosters. They got a couple of 6 against. But for me, it's just the depth out the back. The way Egan's doing so well in engaging the markers and what we call the A defender, which is the first off the ruck. But it's what's happening behind it. They're too far back. Metcalf keeps looking to drop under near Cora, and it's just giving the defence a free shot. They know what's coming. But this one was better. They were all on the same page. Leotard slips straight through. In these conditions, slides over.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Because they were playing that bit deeper and they were getting up to the 10, the Roosters, and making it really hard for the young halves. And this time, Metcalf, because of what happened off his 9, Egan was able to get into space. He got inside that 10 and it just sat the defence. And then you get the ball to these big men on the edges for the Warriors, and they're so hard to handle if you're sliding, especially over there in New Zealand where the ground's a bit chewy. It's hard to make one-on-one tackles inside your own 3-4 metres off your try line.
Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, and it is 6-4. Of course, surprise fries are back at Macca's with a 1 in 3 chance to win millions of prizes. Leotoa gets the try. Pertek kick predictor 59%. And, well, you said it, JD. They needed to strike back. They did. And now 59% young Metcalf. Anybody listening through Triple M Coffs Harbour, or as we call it, Moffs Harbour in the Triple M network.
There's a big banana up there.
Big banana up there. They got the Holy Moly pub and the don't worry about that. And of course, Pacific Bay Resort. There's the kick. Oh, it's a shocker. It's an absolute shocker, and it's 6-4 Roosters as Triple M rocks the footy.
Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia engineer and design their ducted systems for Australian conditions that you can trust. The experts in air.
The Warriors were really winning in field position for that first 20 minutes, but they just couldn't seal the deal. They've really been struggling with their fifth tackle options, but finally they've got some points on the board. I'd really love to see them throw the ball around a bit more. They seem to do well when they flick off those passes, and we just need to see them having more fun with it.
Thank you, Tiff, on the sideline for Bob Jane T-Marts. 13 minutes remain in the first half. It has been a good game. It's had its errors, it's had its moments. Jackson Ford has it 10 metres out, the former Dragons player. And as I talk about former players, Makatoa just heads out there for the Roosters, former Parramatta player. And if I'm right, JD, and I haven't checked this, but I'm sure I've seen him play for Featherston in the Super League at some point. Is that right, or have you been out here back here too long?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I do remember it. I don't think so. I think it's been in Parramatta.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about Jesse Seni-Lafayette.
No, Kiwi Steve, the producer, says yes, he did play for Featherston.
Did he have a year over there, did he?
A year over there, yeah.
Wow.
2019, there you go. All right, how's my memory? It's good. Penalties gone.
And your sight maroon.
Exactly. 100%.
You know what, JD, you're a coach, and I'd love to get your take on it. How do the Warriors get the best out of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck? It just seems like they're using him as a battering ram at the moment. How do they bring him in to sort of isolate one-on-one with defenders?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, he's got to roam a bit more than he does. Yeah. He's out there and he's playing the traditional winger role, which he'll do, and he'll do well, but he's probably not getting the best out of him. And he's always one of those signings with how are we going to use him, you know, and I can see why they're keeping Clockstead there, and they're obviously starting to play some good footy off it, so he's got to probably inject himself in the game a bit more as well.
Now the ball comes to Adam Pompey. Let me go down to the sideline for Bob Jane. Tiff.
Yes, Roosters lock Victor Radley has passed his HIA. He's back on the sideline and looks like he's about to go back onto the field.
Thank you. Jackson Ford now for the Warriors with Wade Egan, then to Dylan Walker. Right side we go now. It ends up with Niokora straight and hard into them and brought down by Crichton. 25 out and 12 in from touch. And Egan is there again. Now Dylan Walker offloads for Metcalf, straightens it up, gets the pass away to Capel. Capel doesn't know what to do with it. He gets it back to Clark. Jack Ford, right side. Chance Nickel Klukstad back into the Westpac red zone and brought down about 12 metres out on the last play for the Warriors. Can they score again here? To the centre it goes to Clark. Metcalf will kick. No. He gets it away to Harris Tavita. Pompey tried to just punch it on and it went forward to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. So on the last play, Woodsy, the Warriors just turn it over.
Yeah, they did. They did have him beat on the outside. I would have loved to have seen Pompey just sort of try and catch it and back himself. But he just tried to tap it with one hand. It just wasn't the right option, but it was a good little fake kick to go out the back. It did split the Roosters up, but the execution just wasn't there at the back of it. Yeah,
Tavita Harris didn't catch it clean, and that affected the time that they had to tip it on in the end, but it's good from Metcalf. He really got in the line then and changed his pace, and he created some space for his outside man.
Townsend is there and gets the pass away to Nawaqanitawasi, who's going to get up and play at his own side of the halfway line. And then it'll go across for White, and White's going to be caught by Capel and brought down 20 metres his own side of the halfway line. We're about to approach the half-hour mark in this game. And remember, Dobbo's got that next game for you. Broncos and Cowboys as Watson and then Townsend, and then he got the pass away. And this is wrong, but the train is truly off the tracks at the moment with the Cowboys. Boys, I'll get your thoughts on that when we get a minute. Back to Townsend from the halfway line. Up it goes, nice and high. They let it bounce, do they? It's still the last tackle. The Roosters have it. Rudley, he throws it out the back door to Crichton. Crichton gets it away to Nawaqanitawasi. That pass looked forward to Tupou. Tupou puts a kick back in field. Up goes Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and he catches it 10 out from his own line. And yeah, JD, just on that next game, the Cowboys, what's going on there?
It's a huge game for the Cowboys. I think it's a big game for both clubs, but if their edge defence doesn't get tidied up tonight, it could be a bloodbath with Reece Walsh. But you never know with that derby. It's a great game to be involved with when you're working at the clubs, and both those sets of players will be up for that tonight, but it's a big game for both clubs.
Triple M_NRL, the love sponge. Mark Reynolds, the father of Adam, says, did the fake Michael Jackson do Billie Jean?
He did do Billie Jean. That's where he did the moonwalk.
I do love that song, Billie Jean.
What about Thriller? Did he do that? You know where he leans forward?
No, that's in Smooth Criminal.
Yes. Sorry.
No, yes. They didn't do that. That was the one thing I noticed.
Down.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
Look at JD knows all about Michael Jackson. This is a turn up for the books. Here's Nawaqanitawasi. I think your mother might have taken you to see, not the other way around.
No, I think my mum was really into Elvis, but we were into it as kids, so there's no more Elvis tribute shows, so we had to go to MJ.
Don't you think Elvis is nonsense? I like, you know who I like? Billy Joel. Nonsense. Billy Joel's the best one. Elvis, get a Billy Joel album on. Now the Roosters attend their own side of the halfway line on tackle 4 and played back to Connor Watson and then Radley and then Smith and then Teddy. He got one out to Tupou over the halfway line, over the 40. He's going to kick back in field. Tedesco is there, but the kick isn't clean. And it ends up in the arms of Capel for the Warriors. Well, I got to say, Woodsy, I thought Teddy thrown an intercept pass there when I first saw that.
I did. It felt like it was a real slow, lofted pass. And it looked like Topiki, probably lucky that he's only short in stature because he couldn't get to it. But the kick from Tupou looked like he just poked at it, didn't hit it hard enough. And it just got a cruel bounce for Tedesco back on the inside. Kurt Capel, what a job. Come from the other side of the field, the back row on the left hand, and just got the other side and recovered the ball.
There's Egan. Egan's gone right through. That's a good run.
He's been good tonight.
It's the second time Egan's nearly split them straight through the middle in the last 2 sets. This last 8 minutes before half-time is going to be crucial around that ruck.
Harris Tavita puts a kick in on tackle 5. Dom Young is there to take it on the full 10 out from his own line. Still, Warriors trail the Sydney Roosters 6-4 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. Dom Young, well, that's a silly penalty. given away by Vayamanga, the young Warriors, number 16.
Yeah, it's a real poor timing of this penalty. The Warriors just started to gain the momentum. As JD said, Wade Egan's really causing some havoc in the middle third of the field. He's almost made a line break the last 2 sets, but they just invited the Roosters down the other end.
Townsend now finds touch 5, his own side of the halfway line.
They've only been down there once, the Roosters, and they posted points, so it's a big set for the Warriors.
Expert comments from Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Nuwakani Tawasi takes the tap. Smith has it now, gets the pass away to big old Angus Crichton, and he's going to be taken by Niokora right on the halfway line. And at the play the ball, it's Watson. First receiver there is Steep, and Steep's taken by some good defence there. Vayamanga evolved again. He's a scary looking cat, that Vayamanga. Then Townsend, and then the ball comes back in field to Makatoa, the former Parramatta player. 9 metres inside Warriors end. Connor Watson, then Sandon Smith, then Tedesco again. Crichton got the pass away to Nuwakani Tawasi. Was it forward or did he knock it on?
Bit of both, I think.
Yeah. I don't know that pass was on. Harvey Norman replay. Please talk us through it, Aaron.
It looked like it was a forward pass, but we mentioned Wade Egan causing a little bit of havoc in the ruck. This is where I'd get Roger Tuivasa-Sheck just to rove a little bit. If they can generate a quick play of the ball, you know that Wade Egan's going to go, and then you need a man like Roger Tuivasa-Sheck just sniffing around just for that little bit of an opportunity.
Yeah, okay.
It's another error around that 40 metres to halfway, isn't it, for the Roosters? They keep inviting them down here. I think the Roosters can really control this game. If they get a bit more discipline around their end of sets, they can really cause some trouble to the Warriors, but they just keep inviting the Warriors back down their end.
12 of 17 completed for the Roosters on the Triple M Choice Hotel stats. Adam Pompey has it, plays it to Egan. Vayamanga is at the halfway line. And he gets up and drops it. Well, he hasn't had a pleasurable 60 seconds, JD.
He's had a shocking 60
Hasn't
seconds.
he? What?
He's come up with a first tackle penalty in yardage and gifted the Roosters field position, and then he's come up with a play 2 error. He's bringing a lot of energy. You can see he's trying to, but like I said, over there in New Zealand, the ball's a little bit more slippery, a bit more dew on the grass. Got to control the footy. It's a big error.
He's a scary looking cat, isn't he, Woodsy?
Yeah, we want to get stuck with him in the dark alley.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You know what? We went over there a few years ago and we met these blokes from, what were they? The Mongrel Mob.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, they were scary cats, but they were pretty pleasant.
Good bunch of people when you actually meet them.
Are they? Well, they were nice to us. And they were scary looking guys, but they were nice to us. That's all I can tell you. As the ball comes across to Steep. Is that right? The Mongrel Mob? That sounds right, doesn't it? Yep. He'll play it back now to Connor Watson, and to the left side it goes to Smith. I'm not saying this kid's involved with the Mongrel Mob. I'm just saying he looks like a scary dude. And the ball goes across now to Townsend, and Townsend will go right side and get it to Tedesco. Shows it. Gets caught up and brought down by Harris Tavita. 4 minutes left in the half, and still only the 2 tries. Roosters 6, Warriors 4. At the play the ball back it comes for Victor the Inflictor. Well, can they score just before half time and kick out to an 8-point lead? Last play is Watson. It's Townsend. He kicks into the Westpac red zone, taken beautifully by Nickel Kluksta, and then he'll be brought down by Toya 9 metres out.
Too much sidewards action there from the Roosters. They need to play a bit more direct. They had the success when they scored their first try. The big boys went straight through the middle. They knocked the front door down, and it was just a simple one-on-one miss on the try line. They just tried to finesse their way from side to side there.
Now, they're still 20 metres out from their own line. Egan, and is this Tuapiki again? By gee, every time he touches the ball, he looks likely. And then Egan, and then Dylan Walker, brought down in a good tackle by Wong. 3 minutes left in the first half. And remember, both of these sides, 1 from 2 in the opening 2 rounds. There's the kick. Dom Young gets under it, takes it on the full. Then gets the pass away to Tedesco. He's in the centre of the field. He straightens it up, and he's brought down 20 metres his own side of the halfway line.
This is the one, Woodsy, that the Roosters play nice and direct here.
Yeah.
3 minutes, 2.5 minutes before half time. Try to punch it straight through the middle.
Smith. Tupou again. And Dan Tupou, Teddy's own side of the halfway. So Sandon Smith, Radley. It ends up with Tedesco. Quick hands, Toya, Dom Young. Dom Young can't get away from Adam Pompey, and he takes care of him with the help of Harris Tavita on tackle 4. 2 left in the first half, and Townsend now. It comes across, ends up with Smith, floats one over the top to nobody. Tupou gets there to pick it up, zigs and zags. Outside him is Nawaka Nitawasi. Now he kicks over the top, chases, regathers. I think he's gone dead. I think in the juggle, his legs have spun around and gone dead.
I have no try.
If I've ever wanted
have him out before he
Marky
goes
Mark
down.
to score a try, geez, that was outstanding down the sideline. Beautiful chip over, but he's got a great bounce. He just juggled it. I think he regains it, but his feet are definitely over the dead end. Half his body's out.
He's on the line before the ball is good. Decision making.
He just spent so much time juggling it that he slid and slid.
If he got a good first up grab,
Yeah.
he scores that easy. That's 2 opportunities for the Roosters where they've got a cruel bounce at the last second. It just pops up and probably catches the attacker by surprise.
Please, I'm excited to watch this guy over the course of this season. What a player he's going to turn out.
Yes,
What an
indeed.
athlete, the way he moves around the field.
Now, we have 90 seconds left in the first half, and 7 tackles set, obviously, for the Warriors. Nickel Kluksta, 10 his own side of the halfway. Played back to Egan. Dylan Walker tries to get it back inside the Jackson forward. And then Egan at dummy half again.
Push with him.
Dummy goes with Nickel Kluksta. As we enter the final minute of the first half, the Roosters are hanging on.
You're kidding me.
Well, we've got a player down.
Maroon, Connor, I know he's down, but he's about 25 to 30 metres downfield away from the play. Once the Roosters get the ball back, that's when they should be stopping the clock, not why they're attacking the Warriors.
So, here it is, Harvey Norman replay. Yeah.
It's all accidental. He's copped an elbow to the face, but he's so far out of play, it's not funny, and it just restricts. The Warriors created so much momentum through the middle third of the footy then. They got so much quick play of the ball, they were almost slicing through with Wade Egan, and then we go back 30 metres when he's nowhere near the play.
Could be a cat 1 here, though. He's sort of lost his weight the way he fell. It's definitely going to be head contact. He's going to have to go.
Yeah.
He's got 15 minutes. He'll do that during the halftime break.
Yeah, there he goes.
What about the trainer just pretending like he didn't know what he's just really trying to slow it down for the defence?
Yes.
Give him as much opportunity to suck in the big ones, and he's pretending like he doesn't know the HIA, mate. He just got flattened.
Some of the worst acting I've ever seen. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen from
It's
that
almost as bad
referee.
as yours in that Plum movie. You were Brendan Gow.
Mate, I made that movie.
Stop it.
I made that movie. Here's Egan, and he's listening right now, Australia's premier actor, Brendan Cowell. He's asking me if I'll come on Plum 2. I want double the money. I want double the money for this. I want 2 vouchers to McDonald's. Now the ball goes across from Metcalf, and it ends up with Capel. And he is 15 metres out on tackle 5. Egan again on the last play. Dylan Walker. Metcalf, Niukora is caught. He's going to try and push his way over. Change over last play, 30 seconds to go in the first half. Beacon Trade is what we're all talking about. The Beacon Trade scoreboard. While you're backing the footy team, Beacon Trade's backing your business. If you need fans, downlights, they're all sorted. Any residential job, Beacon Trade. Let's make light work. Good bunch of people too, and good to have them on board again in 2025 as we just go through the last few seconds of the first half. A try apiece. Both teams have not taken advantage of situations. Nawaka Nitawasi, he juggled that ball, and by the time he caught it, he was legs over the dead ball line, and we've seen the Warriors just absolutely butcher a couple of opportunities. Nevertheless, it is half time. You call us tonight at Aaron Woods, Anthony Maroon, Jason Demetrio and Tiffany Salmon. We do it for Ream Hot Water. If your hot water needs replacing, go for the one that's steady, hot and strong. And Surprise Fries are back at Macca's with a 1 in 3 chance to win millions of prizes. Your chance to go into the weekly draw to win 10k cash or one of the surprise prizes. Roosters 6, Warriors 4. It's half time as Triple M rocks the footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au. Don't miss the biggest entertainment event of the year. MJ the Musical is now playing at Sydney Lyric Theatre. Book today at mjthemusical.com.au.
Traffic.
Triple M Sydney traffic.
The OMG event is here. Drive away with more style and safety with the MG ZST Vibe from the 22888 and a 10-year warranty. T's and C's apply. Checking REMS, a 4-minute run through the M4 tunnel westbound from Ashfield to Homebush. 10 minutes on the M7 westbound from the M2 at Balcombe Hills to Richmond Road. Do you or someone you care for need complex mental health support? Sane can help. Choose from a range of free digital and telehealth support services. Visit sane.org today. Win free tolls for an entire year. The M's pay your M's. For your chance to win, keep it locked on Sydney's Triple M.
Free tolls for a year.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Tom speaking.
You have won the tolls for a year.
The M's are paying your M's.
We are paying your M's, brother.
How good is this? Triple M's Pay Your M's. Free tolls for an entire year.
Roll it all out again starting Monday.
The Triple M toll booth opens with Triple M breakfast and right across the day.
Let's do it. Come on.
The M's are paying your M's.
On 104.9 Triple M.
New working year, new working gear. Step on up to the new Bailey Aluminium Step Extension Ladder. Using unique rear slides, it's the quickest, most convenient and most compact conversion style ladder available. Way more compact conversion than a traditional dual purpose, Bailey's Step Extension gives you step, leaning and straight with a rear leg section narrow enough to work within studs and manholes. Treat yourself to the all-new Bailey Aluminium Step Extension Ladder, exclusively at Bunnings. BaileyLadders.com.au.
With NRMA Insurance, you could enjoy our multi-policy discount when you take out 2 or more eligible policies. NRMA Insurance, a help company. Discount applies in tiers based on the number of eligible policies. Maximum tier reached at 9 eligible policies. Visit nrma.com.au/customer-discounts for more info. Discount may be subject to minimum premiums. Always read the PDS. PDS and TMDs available from NRMA Insurance at nrma.com.au.
Life can be chaotic. Find your happy place. Find your happy place. A Mitsubishi Heavy Industries air conditioner is designed and engineered to keep you calm in the chaos. Set the perfect temperature in any room. Breathe easier with clean air technology. Experience whisper quiet operation. And embrace complete comfort. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air.
Back your business with Energy Australia's dedicated team of energy experts and get a great deal on your business electricity. Find out how at energyaustralia.com.au.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. RedZ knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from RedZ. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. RedZ. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
When you're passionate about the footy, you know the game like the back of your hand. It's a bit like that at your local Mitre 10 Trade Centre. We're passionate about the trade and we know it better than anyone. With expert advice and top quality timber and building products, our dedicated trade teams are ready with specialised service backed by an Australia-wide network. So while you support your team, Mitre 10 Trade is supporting you. That's mighty helpful. Mitre 10.
The KGM SsangYong Rexton finance offer simply cannot get any lower, and it's available at participating dealers on the entire range of new Rexton models, one of Australia's best value 7-seaters. But hurry, because KGM SsangYong's low finance offer ends 31st of March 2025. Visit your participating dealer today. KGM SsangYong, Korean built to last. While stocks last, T&Cs and exclusions apply. Finance for approved consumer and commercial applicants of Angle Auto Finance. Australian credit licence 530731.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
Welcome back, everybody. And, of course, it's Go Media Stadium in Auckland. It's a good game. It's the Roosters 6, the Warriors 4. I'm going to go to you first, JD, because you have coached an NRL team and there are a lot of aspects of this game are frustrating you.
Yeah, I just think the way that the game's playing, it's actually a really good game of footy for our listeners to understand. They're two teams that are playing good brand of footy, but it's the conditions in New Zealand, it's different to anywhere in Australia. It's very dewy and very slippery, and it makes trying to go around teams a lot more difficult unless you can play right into the line and execute under extreme pressure. And I just feel like the Warriors, in that, especially late in that half, when they're coming through the middle third, they're starting to generate some ruck speed off Wade Egan, just to look to push up off that. And then for the Roosters, they had no ball. They have no right to be in front of 6-4. They were peppered on their line for 5 or 6 sets of 6, got the footy, played really smart and direct, and scored a great try through the middle third. And since that point, they've just played with a lot of width. They've tried to go sideline to sideline.
Yeah, I agree with you, JD. Honestly, it's like they had that one try, and that was the blueprint. Spencer Leniu steamrolled Charles Nickel-Cookstag, then they scored the next play from a simple one-on-one. And then from that moment, they've just gone from sideline to sideline. Yeah, they've left a couple of tries out there with some poor bounces from the kicks, but the blueprint was just to go straight down the front door. And with the Warriors, it feels like their depth is just too deep. They're too far back on the try line. And my indicator, I'll just be working off Wade Egan. And I think there's times where either Metcalf, he's a great runner of the ball, in which we know. If I'm Metcalf, I'm just pushing up into some space with Wade Egan and just trying to punch through a hole inside a back rower. And then you're going to put the back row into two minds. Is he going to run? Is he going to catch and use his back row? And I think they just need to vary that up a bit more.
Okay, halftime sees the Roosters lead the Warriors by 6 points to 4. Just having a look at some of the stats before we go to a break. 18 to 21 completed by the Warriors and 14 of 19 for the Roosters. So they have sort of corrected that a little in the last 20 minutes of the game. 2 penalties apiece. Anyone stand out for you in the run meters? Dan Tupou, 136 run meters. Any of those stats for you, Woodsy, stand out for Choice Hotels?
Well, you got to look at the back five for the Roosters. They've done a good job. Dominic Young, I think he could probably get a little bit more out of him. Tedesco, the amount of touches he's had, and he's playing that sort of first receiver role. But as always, Charles Nickel-Cookstag's always up there in the meters, Maroon.
Okay, Choice Hotel stats. Get your value for your money when you check in, and you get more. You get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. As Triple M rocks the footy, we'll take a break and be back with the second half.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
Well, geez, they are working hard out there. And to all you Cbus members kicking back, enjoying the game, just know that your super fund is working hard for you too, securing strong long-term returns for the retirement you've earned. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Dive into the minds of investigative journalists and researchers to uncover well-kept secrets with Listeners' lineup of investigative podcasts. Download the app and search Uncover.
Triple M Sydney traffic.
The OMG event is here. Drive away with more style and safety with the MG ZST Vibe from the 22888 and a 10-year warranty. T's and C's apply. Check-in REMS, a 4-minute run through the M4 tunnel westbound from Ashfield to Homebush. 10 minutes on the M7 westbound from the M2 at Balcombe Hills to Richmond Road. Do you or somebody you care for need complex mental health support? Sane can help. Choose from a range of free digital and telehealth support services. Visit sane.org today. Win free tolls for an entire year. The M's pay your M's. For your chance to win, keep it locked on Sydney's Triple M.
Free tolls for a year.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Tom speaking.
You have won the tolls for a year.
The M's are paying your M's.
We are paying your M's, brother.
How good is this?
Yo, Beyonce.
Triple M's Pay Your M's. Free tolls for an entire year.
Roll it all out again starting Monday.
The Triple M toll booth opens with Triple M breakfast and right across the day.
Let's do it. Come on.
The M's are paying your M's.
On 104.9 Triple M.
Back your business with Energy Australia's dedicated team of energy experts and get a great deal on your business electricity. Find out how at energyaustralia.com.au.
New working year, new working gear. Step on up to the new Bailey Aluminium Step Extension Ladder. Using unique rear slides, it's the quickest, most convenient and most compact conversion style ladder available. Way more compact conversion than a traditional dual purpose, Bailey's Step Extension gives you step, leaning and straight with a rear leg section narrow enough to work within studs and manholes. Treat yourself to the all-new Bailey Aluminium Step Extension Ladder, exclusively at Bunnings. BaileyLadders.com.au.
With NRMA Insurance, you could enjoy our multi-policy discount when you take out 2 or more eligible policies. NRMA Insurance, a help company. Discount applies in tiers based on the number of eligible policies. Maximum tier reached at 9 eligible policies. Visit nrma.com.au/customer-discounts for more info. Discount may be subject to minimum premiums. Always read the PDS. PDS and TMDs available from NRMA Insurance at nrma.com.au.
I love my NRL on KO.
Nico Hines.
Yes, great.
More enthusiasm. KO has every game of every round live with no ad breaks in play. Let's try again.
KO, get on board.
That's better.
At the end of a long day on the tools, there's nothing like swapping the high-vis for your team's colours. While you're waiting for kickoff, rest assured Cbus is still working hard for you, securing strong long-term returns for the retirement you've earned. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
These are Sydney's best buys.
Mounties, your award-winning venue, offering restaurant and dining options, bars, gym, pool and function spaces. See what's on at mountiesgroup.com.au. Mounties, your award-winning venue.
Best buys.
Great things happen when you're Ryco ready. Make sure your mechanic only uses Ryco filters. Find out why at rycofilters.com.au. It pays to be Ryco ready.
Best buys. Bye-bye.
Does your business cash flow need a spark to come off the bench to make that winning play? Prosper's business line of credit can provide your business with a safety net of funds to cover day-to-day expenses. Draw down on what you need when you need it and only pay interest on what you use. Prosper have helped over 50,000 small businesses stay in the game. Apply today at prosper.com. That's PROSPA. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
Back your business with Energy Australia's dedicated team of energy experts and get a great deal on your business electricity. Find out how at energyaustralia.com.au.
Triple M rocks footy. Halftime highlights.
Get expert service trusted by the trade at your local Mitre 10 Trade Centre.
Oh, he's head of a hit to the head, but first came back from the HIA from round one. As we see Victor Radley go off with the HIA, but he come up with a big play there to stop the kick going through.
Comes across now for White. He's going to reach out and score. The front row is going to score. Well, as soon as they got their hand on the football, the Roosters meant business. And you called it, JD, yards up the middle.
Huge yards up the middle. The Roosters forwards, when they hold the ball, are really generating ruck speed.
Tackle 3, 9 metres out. Tries for the quick play the ball. Egan's at dummy half. Gets it away to Metcalf. Right side chance. Gets it onto Leatoa. He goes over and they strike back the Warriors and score the second try to make it 6-4.
Roosters lock Victor Radley has passed his HIA. He's back on the sideline and looks like he's about to go back onto the field.
Smith floats one over the top to nobody. Tupou gets there to pick it up. Zigs and zags. Outside him is Nawagan into Wasi. Now he kicks over the top. Chases. Regathers. I think he's gone dead.
No try.
Roosters 6, Warriors 4. It's half time. And Mitre 10 Trade. Get expert service trusted by the trade at your local Mitre 10 Trade Centre. Hello to all the truckies. Kingy and the boys, this second half is for you. As I'm learning this Michael Jackson show is a Triple M thing, apparently. Some Triple M involvement in that.
Yeah, so I think they sponsored the breakfast show.
Oh,
the last couple of weeks, and maybe you should get yourself some tickets.
Well, I won't be paying for them if it's a Triple M thing.
Is that what Michael Jackson does, isn't it? Yeah.
Who did that? Was that you? That's fantastic. Here's Egan, and then it goes across to Jackson Ford. Roosters 6, Warriors 4.
Interesting, Connor Watson hasn't come back out yet, so interesting to see where that is. And I'm assuming the 15 minutes would have passed by now, wouldn't it?
Well, because it was right on half time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's 15 minutes of actual time, not game time.
Of real life. Yes, okay.
Real life time.
Yeah, but I mean, even including half time.
Not rugby league time, real life.
This is Dylan Walker. Is that Australian Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah.
We'll get
They're in New Zealand.
We'll get an update. Good point. An update shortly.
Should be good to go in 2 hours.
Here's the kick from Metcalf, and taken by Dan Tupou. And so the Roosters are in possession of the football at the play the ball. Look at this run from Sandon Smith. That's a great run. And Amakas, I'm loving at the moment. 15 his own side of the halfway line. Tedesco now. And they've started the second half off very nicely. Thank you very much. As Tedesco's brought down by Vayamanga. And played then to Docker Clay. It went to Radley. Radley crossed the halfway line. And let's get a half-time update with Tiffany Salmon for Bob J.
Yes, Roosters coach Trent Robinson said he's happy with their defence. It really kept them in the game for that first half. For the second half, he wants to really build on that defence, build on the back of that defence and tidy up their attack. Bad news though, hooker Connor Watson failed his HIA, so he's out for the rest of the game. Warriors coach Andrew Webster was happy with their first half, wants them to embrace the challenge, stay calm and stay relaxed.
Thank you, Tiff. On the sideline for Bob Jane T-Marts. Place to go and see for all your tyre needs. They're doing great deals too. Nickel Klubster. And then Roger Tuivasa. Shit, I noticed nobody from Bob Jane's rung me about those tyres for the Camaro yet, but that's okay. We'll catch up through the week. Chance Nickel Klubster is at the halfway line.
You were trying so hard last week.
That is tackle too. Egan. What do they say? You don't ask, you don't get. Vayamanga now is 15 metres inside Roosters' end. Then Egan, and then Edwards, and then Metcalf to Capel. I just want my grandkids to be safe in there, that's all, Woodsy. Egan goes right side, shows it a couple of times, then gets the pass away to Chance Nickel Klubster, and it looked clumsy and silly. And it's the last play. Egan then to Metcalf, and the kick goes up, taken on the full by Dan Tupou. No pressure at all. I probably could have taken that, JD.
Yeah, it wasn't a great kick chase either. He just lobbed it up there, but the good field position though for the Warriors. It's still well inside their 20, the Roosters on tackle too.
So Docker Clay at dummy half. Tedesco zigging and zagging up through the ruck and pulled down. 3 minutes gone, second half. And Docker Clay again. Now the Roosters through Wong. Played Tedesco again at first receiver. Turns to get the pass away and brought down right on the halfway line. The Triple M Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard. Last play. Back now it comes for Townsend. On the last. Up she goes. Chance Nickel Klubster gets under it. 9 metres out from his own line. He looks for support. But gee, this would be a wonderful win for the Warriors if they can get away with it here. Tigers in Campbelltown next week they have, by the way. And Roosters have the Titans in Sydney. Then played to Metcalf, given to Tuapiki. Tuapiki gets a pass to nobody, picked up by Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and we've seen a little knock-on in there somewhere.
I think they're coming quite flat. The Warriors, I think they're quite flat with their attack.
Challenge from the Warriors.
Like a little bit of energy coming out of the shed, so I'll be hoping for a call here.
Into the Rooster player.
Harvey Norman, captain's challenge. Let's have a look at this one, would you?
Yes, watch the replay. Oh, that's...
Out of play, maybe.
I think that's nothing wrong with that. I think Docker Clay's... Doesn't look like there's any motion of raking the ball.
No.
Arm around the ball.
There's no stripping action. We're now looking at perspective to see which way the ball goes.
It doesn't matter. The ball's gone into the other defender. It's gone into the Roosters defender.
Oh no, he's facing the other way.
Knocked backwards from the Warriors player.
Yeah. He was facing his own goal line, so the ball could go backwards.
and then the referee blows his whistle. The captain's challenge is successful.
Well,
it is a mutual.
But isn't if it's a loose carry, then wouldn't that be a knock on?
If he was facing forwards, yeah, but because he was facing zone, it's loose, so it's coming out backwards. That's what they're saying.
I think that's the first challenge we've seen tonight, boys.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a great challenge too. They're successful, so they've still got another one. And as JD said, this is a big let-off for the Warriors. They needed that ball back because they've come out flat. I think they just got to go back to basics, play the middle third, just play off Wade Egan and just get the ball down the other end of the field.
Tuivasa-Sheck plays it to Wade Egan. Capel now. They're 20 metres their own side of the halfway line. Egan makes a little bit of a mess of the dummy half, picked up by Shans Nickel-Brookstad. The closeness of this game, you wonder about that Nawakani Tawasi, if that could have just been a try on the stroke of half-time for the Roosters. Vaiamunga is going to be pulled down by Steve Makatoa as well. And then a dummy half first receiver, Metcalf kicks it from inside the 40. Nowhere near the sideline as Tupou, the Roosters veteran, takes it and immediately gets a pass on to Tedesco. And I was thinking about Dan Tupou today. 268 matches for the Roosters. What a wonderful club man he's been over such a long period of time, and so much as part of Trent Robinson's success.
Won 3 premierships, Maroon.
Yeah.
He's involved in that Tongan squad that knocked off the Aussies. He's been in some big matches.
Hasn't he? What?
It's great to see him get to 300 games this year, wouldn't it?
Oh, you'd love to.
He has been one phenomenal Rooster.
Docker Clay, Radley, then it went across to Townsend. Wong's knocked that on, boys. Wong's knocked that on. Well, either side can just get the momentum. Either side can just get the roll on.
Yeah, it was an opportunity there, JD. Looked like he had his arm free.
His grip on the ball as he went to pass, and Tedesco was there. He just got that wrong, didn't he?
Well done,
would have been
JD.
good if you got it white. You would have seen a little bit of a line break there, but it was the right idea. But he just couldn't get the ball in the hand of the way he wanted it. And if he had found Tedesco in open space, wow.
Mate, that was on. It was definitely the short ball, and then the offload was the play. He just didn't, like I said, he didn't grip the ball properly, and it just came out in these conditions.
Triple M Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard. Roosters lead the Warriors 6-4. Egan and then Chance Nickel-Brookstad back into Steep over the halfway line. We've got Triple M _ NRL. 1,000 questions here about the Michael Jackson show. I'm not going to be able to get to them all. I will get to some of them. Dylan Edwards got it away to Vaiamunga. He's going to be taken by Wong because this game is getting interesting. Still only 2 points in it. And then Egan goes to dummy half once again. Then it goes to Walker. Oh, and it's knocked on by Harris. Tavita picked up by Townsend, who immediately goes on the attack. And their completion rate starting to drop off a little bit since half-time, the Warriors. From dummy half, Docker Clay. And then the big fella, Makatoa, will just play at his own side of the halfway line to Docker Clay once again. Awful pass. Picked up by Angus Crichton. Crichton's gets away from Jackson Ford, then Niokora. I don't know, JD, either. I mean, no matter the result of this clash, both these coaches are going to have a fair bit of work to do.
Yeah, I felt like the first half was a good game of footy. It started really flat the second half. Few errors. Roosters in great field position now.
The ball is played. It's given across to...
You know what, boys? I reckon both sides should just go back in the sheds. Have another 10 minutes off and come back out again.
Shans Nickel-Brookstad now.
It's a loser's dislocated his finger.
Yeah, straight for the bench. He went straight for the trainer.
We'll have one of these.
Oh, he's pulled down. Let's see if Ashley Klein stops play.
Warriors with the ball. Poppy plays it. Harris to Vida. Oh, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck just nearly ran right over the top of the player that was down. The player is Leniu.
Fingers out.
Egan. And Egan's going to be pulled down by Docker Clay. 8 gone second half. Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard, 2 points in it. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Edwards, Jack Ford. And Jackson Ford, the boy from the south coast, just outside the Westpac red zone on tackle 3. Played to Egan. And then Walker, I should say. Metcalf. Quick hands to Chance Nickel-Brookstad, looking for a try in game 50 for the Warriors. and pull down inside the Westpac red zone. 19 in, or 19 out, and 15 in from touch on the last play. Pompey gets the dummy half, goes to Metcalf. Little kick, out wide, causes a bit of pressure. Toya takes it beautifully 5 metres out. No change. Roosters 6, Warriors 4.
When you see Spencer Leniu pop that finger out, he just didn't want to get in the line, did he? Like, he could have just stayed in the line, maybe just caused a bit of a decoy for the attackers, but he just pulled himself out, and Roosters did a remarkable job defending with a man down with the momentum going against them.
I think the trainer was telling him to stay down, hoping that they would stop the game, which is what they've done a few times. But on this occasion, they were playing on.
Now, 9 gone, second half. Leniu!
He's back.
Straight into them! Straight through them! Great run, Spencer Leniu.
Great carry.
Gets up and plays at Tenny's own side of the halfway line. From over the 40, it's kicked by Townsend. It won't be a 40-20 because, in any case, he was over the 40. So this will be a Warriors ball, 20 out from their own line. But one of these sides needs to get a wriggle on.
He just took one step too many there, Chad Townsend. It was like a great setup. It was a huge carry from Spencer Leniu after popping his finger back in. And, yeah, Chad probably just took that one step too many. It was a great kick.
There's a bit of a secret there for Spencer too. Just have a rest in defence and then come back and carry the footy like that.
Now Tuapiki plays it. And this is Leatoa, who we haven't really seen since he scored that early try. 10 gone, second half. Egan out of dummy half. That's a good run. Gee, I'd like to see some good attacking football here with passes sticking as Halasima. He's a fireball, isn't he? Look at him go, and they stop him. Zach Dockerplay stops him. Egan's a dummy half, just inside Roosters territory. Walker. And then it will be brought down by Fisher Harris. 35 out centre of the park, tackle 5. Back for Harris to Vida. Up goes the kick, and the pressure's on. And up goes the winger in Dom Young, and takes it beautifully 11 metres out from his own line. No change to the score as it comes back across now to Toya. And then Zach Dockerplay. Who are you tipping in the next game, JD? Broncos or Cowboys?
I'm going to say the Broncos in a much improved performance from the Cowboys. I think we'll see a better performance from them tonight.
And Aaron Woods.
Yeah, I think the Broncos, I think Mads will have them wound up after listening to his good mate Ricky Stewart, and geez, doesn't Todd Payton need a big performance from his Cowboys, or he could be in for a long, long week after that?
He might give you the call. He's a mate. You might get the call up, Woodsy.
No, thank you.
Last play. Back now to Townsend. You're on the big breakfast bucks now, mate. You don't need to call up anymore, do you?
I love waking up Monday morning feeling fresh, big man.
There's Chance, Nickel, Klukstar.
And a win or a lose doesn't dictate my week.
Harris to Vita and Roger Tuivasa Sheck. That's fair enough. 11 metres his own side of the halfway line. Well, you nearly got to 300 games, old mate, so you deserve a well-earned rest.
You just want me to get a couple more clubs on the way out.
Oh, mate. Somebody said, I was speaking to my old mate Pikey, and he said, how's Aaron Woods going? He's been to more clubs than a second-hand poker machine salesman. I said, that's about right too. Played to Egan, given to Walker. He tries to create something on his own. Makatoa brings him down. 20 metres inside the Roosters' end. Last play. Here's Metcalf. Can we see a kick do something? Up it goes. Up goes Dan Tupu and takes it beautifully. 21 metres out. Still the Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard. Roosters 6, Warriors 4. This is Nawaka Nitawazi at @MMM_NRL. The last thing we're going to say about the Michael Jackson show. JD, Glenn Leal asks, did the fake Michael Jackson sing Ben, which is apparently a song about a rat?
No.
You know the song?
I do know the song.
Right.
In the two of us.
No more. Yes, I do remember. That's about a rat?
About you, Maroon.
Well, that's lovely. That's an HR issue right there. Here's ball going from Dockett play, and then it comes out now for Sandon Smith, almost through an intercept pass. 13 gone, second half, still 6-4. Last play, Docker Clay. Back then for the kick from Townsend from inside the 40.
Great kick.
He's done it. He's kicked it. That's a 40-20. That's a Mac as I'm loving it moment. Chad Townsend pulls off, well, a play that might just change the game.
He wasn't
Depending on
very
this
urgent here, was he?
It was like he wasn't sure that he was inside the 40, the Charles Nickel-Cook-Star. Chad Townsend learned from the set before. He probably took that step, one step too many. And this was a huge kick. As the Roosters respond, the teammates are pumped up with a big thumbs up.
Now, the Roosters go on the attack inside the Westpac red zone. They lead the game by 6 points to 4. And can they get a try here? Dr. Clay gets into dummy half. Left side he goes. Gets the pass away to Sandon Smith. Then it goes to Crichton. Crichton in reverse. Crichton in reverse. And stopped about 1 metre out from the Warriors line. He will get up and play it now with Dr. Clay at dummy half once again. He'll get the pass away. Long one, it comes across to Radley. And Spencer Leniu tries to take on Fisher Harris. But there's no way through there. And that's good defence from the Warriors to stop him. 10 metres out at the play the ball. We see it go across now for Townsend, Smith, and then Wong, Tedesco, Dom Young for the corner. And Dom Young gets thrown over the sideline. Well, Woodsy, do you think the pass wasn't on from Teddy?
No, I just think Teddy's trying to help. He could have held it up, played a little bit slower. He went to pass straight away. And it's great work from Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He sort of dummied like he was going to tackle him and just fakes it and goes straight to Dominic Young and takes his leg out over the sideline. That's a huge play from the wing in Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
It's a great pass from Siwa Wong. It was outstanding how he got in the line, created that space for Teddy, and Teddy just panicked a little bit and let it go a bit too early. And that was able to give Tuivasa-Sheck a chance to check and get off it. He looks like he's injured now. He's walked off the field.
Yeah, Tuivasa-Sheck and maybe Charles Nickel-Cook-Star got
like
injured.
a hamstring.
Yeah, he's done a hemi.
We've got Tiffany Salmon on the sideline. She's onto it. We'll go to her very shortly for Bob Jane Team Arts. Fisher Harris has it. It's still 6-4. The Roosters lead the Warriors on the Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard. Barnett has it. 21 metres his own side of the halfway line on tackle 3. Moving into dummy half there is Egan. And then Walker, and then it goes to Jackie Ford. 15 their own side of the halfway line, but nobody could just break this scoreline of 6-4 with the veteran Dylan Walker up toward the halfway line. And that is the 5th place, says referee Ash Klein. Egan again, then back for Harris Tavita right on the halfway line. Downtown she goes, taken on the full by Dom Young. And then to Tedesco. Sharks Rabbitohs tomorrow at the Shire. We have that game for you as well, live on Triple M. Who are you tipping that one, Woodsy?
I think Sharks will be too strong back at home. First game home, they missed first 2 rounds with Vegas and up in North Queensland. And I think they want a big performance in front of their home crowd and seeing the new recruit Adam Fennell-Blake in front of all the fans.
Yeah. JD, who are you tipping?
Yeah, I think the Rabbitohs will put up a good fight, but I'm a big fan of the Sharks this year. I think they're going to be really close to winning this premiership.
Docker Clay and then Radley. Threw it behind Tedesco. Nawaka Nitawasi went back and picked the ball up and got the pass to Tedesco, who got away from one and then slipped on his own 2 feet. And we'll play at 15, his own side of the halfway line. Tiffany Salmon, I'm going to come to you very shortly because Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has gone up the tunnel and the boys think it's a hammy as Townsend kicks it. It's taken on the full by Pompey. Pompey is 30 metres out. The fence come in and pull him down. And it's just nothing doing. There's nothing doing in this second half.
Something when watching the Roosters last week, they had the little 1%. The effort areas were really strong. Their kick pressure was outstanding.
Ball has been knocked on there by Harris Tavita.
But you're back to that. Their kick pressure is non-existent tonight. It's an opportunity for the Warriors.
Here we go. Tupou's into space. Over the 40. Back inside to Nawaka Nitawazi. Then to Tupou down the wing once again. And back to Nawaka Nitawazi. He didn't stay alive for it, JD. He didn't stay alive for it, Nawaka Nitawazi. And over the sideline she goes.
Great attack. It was a beautiful ball down the sideline from Sandon Smith, and he come back inside, interchange passing, and then he looked to go back to Mark Nawaka Nikitawazi, and he just wasn't awake. He just didn't expect it.
But he didn't have to throw the pass. It was play 0. And you already had the Warriors at 6s and 7s, and I thought he sort of threw the dummy early in Tupou to Nawanga Nikawasi, and I thought he might have held it, but he just went for that big play. They had a whole set there in front of them, and the Warriors weren't even back in the defensive line.
Well, but though with respect to, from me, I've never played the NRL. But an NRL player, JD, should have stayed alive for that pass.
Yeah, I think he should have. He would be kicking. You could see the look on his face. He was dirty on himself. He sort of just switched off a little bit. But they're the team that looks most likely, aren't they, the Roosters? They're creating plenty of chances.
Now Egan, and then to Capel, and Capel will be stopped. Just his own side of the halfway line. The Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard. 2 points in it. Egan. Brought down. And Zach Docker-Clay got him, and he got him high.
This is what Wade Egan does. He suckers you in. You're not sure if he's going to dummy, he's going to pass, and it was just a sloppy hand that pulled out by Docker-Clay and just clips him up high because he's not sure if he should hold on him or if he should keep going out. So this is the deception of Wade Egan. He could be the difference for the Warriors in this game.
Down to the sideline for Bob Jane T-Mart, Tiffany Salmon.
Yes, we don't have an official update on Roger Tuivasa-Sheck yet, but before he was pulled off the field, he was rubbing his hamstring while he was talking to the doctor, so it's a safe bet to say it is his hammy, but I'll get back to you when I have an official update from the Warriors.
Thank you, Tiff. Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free, instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo, Pirelli, bobjane.com.au, T's and C's do apply, of course. Jackson forward.
He's been good tonight, Jackson forward.
Carry that.
19 out, inside the Westpac red zone, it's Egan. It's Walker. He's met by Docker-Clay and pulls him down 11 metres out. Well, they haven't been down this red zone very often. Here's their chance. Metcalf drops one back inside to Halasima, and he's very hard to stop. 2 metres out from the Roosters line. Played back again. It'll go to the centre of the park, Walker. Then it went across to Metcalf. Quick hands. Capewell. Pompey for the corner. Great defence to stop him and drag him over the sideline. Somebody got underneath him. Macca's up loving at moments.
What a try saver going out from James Tedesco. He's come from absolutely nowhere. I thought it was the wrong decision by Pompey to back himself, but he did all the hard work. He gets through Chad Townsend, and Tedesco just comes at the last second and prevents him from putting the ball down. That is why he's one of the great fullbacks of this game.
On the touchline, the ball is not grounded.
Yes.
Decision made.
Harvey Norman, we go to the bunker for a replay, JD. That's no try.
No, his knee went out just before he was trying to ground the ball. He didn't get the ball down anyway from the fantastic effort. Not only get under the ball, but he get that extra push that forced the knee out. That's a captain's knock right there.
So, big crowd on hand at Go Media Stadium. We're looking at the Harvey Norman replay, and Nawaka Tawasi might be injured now. Looks like a knee. No, he's okay. He's up.
He's on report for a hip drop to a picky.
Okay, so we were looking at a replay from earlier on there. I beg your pardon, but it's. Let's go down to you, Tiff.
Yes, Roger is on the sideline. He's got an ice pack taped to the back of his hamstring. It is his hamstring that is injured. He will be out for the entire game.
Okay, thank you very much, Tiffany Salmon. Great stuff on the sideline. And Zach Docker-Clay's in a dummy half. Got the pass away to Lee Nuji, charged onto that. Got to the halfway line. Now we see it come across for Savala. He's just out there for the Roosters.
He's a big lanky thing, isn't he?
He debuted last week. Yeah. 18, 19-year-old.
Ball comes loose.
Had all his crew from, I think, was it Bronte?
Nickel Klukstad. It was one of the east. I think, Bronte, Bondo, one of the eastern suburbs areas. Savala, that sounds Greek, JD. Would that be right?
I know. We'll have to have a look. We'll claim it.
Ball comes across now. Chance Nickel Klukstad. Because I know a bloke named Stavala, and I'm sure he's Greek. Ball comes across now. Barnett gets away from one. Brought down by maybe one of our listeners. Can leave me alone about the Michael Jackson musical and tell us if Savala's a Greek name. Stamo might know. Paul Stamoulis. Blade now comes across for Metcalf to kick it from inside his own half. Downtown she comes, taken on the full by Tupou. And Tupou gets caught in the old Malachi crunch and brought down 20 metres his own side of the halfway line. 19 to go, and still Sydney Roosters lead the Warriors 6 points to 4. And Triple M NRL again this year thanks to Ream and Maccas. And they brought us in some Maccas tonight too. It was lovely. The fillet of fish, the quarter pounder. I had the fillet of fish.
I couldn't believe you ate that. That's just like a waste of a burger.
I love
the Big Mac's the best.
I love the fillet of fish. I love the soft bone.
It's the best.
The fillet of fish.
Yeah, put some fries on it.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
You're kidding yourself.
I love the soft fillet of fish, and then I go for the quarter pounder maybe. But the fillet of fish is my go-to. And the ball comes across now, and it was an awful pass there from Toya to Dom Young, and Dom Young looks at him like, what are you on? Because he passed it to Dom Young's ankles.
His last two receives from Tedesco and from Toya have just been in bad positions for poor old Dominic Young. These are the moments the young kid's going to learn in first grade. He's only 3 games into his career. You probably have your time back. He just takes the carry. It's play 4, get a kick into the corner and box the Warriors in.
But again, they're in slippery conditions trying to go around them. Nafahu White's just come back on the field. Spencer Linu, 1-2 punch. Tedesco up the middle third. That's where the points will come from.
Jackson Ford is 10 metres his own side of half.
Tell you what, there's a good little battle happening out here at the moment. Fisher Harris up against Lenu, 2 former teammates.
Yeah.
Premiership winners together.
Good little offload there. Good bit of second phase. No, referee says that Halasima was tackled. He will get up and play it. Egan. Here's Fisher Harris now. Spencer Lenu, the first one there to give him a big old bear hug. And then Walker. Jackson Ford. Still 6-4. 17 to go on the Triple M Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard. Yes, that is the one with the 10-year warranty. Walker again takes them on. Docker-Clay's got him, and so too Savala. 40 metres out. Short side. Harris DeVita kicks. Tedesco is there, and Tedesco will be pulled down by Barnett 5 metres out from his own line. Dom Young. Triple M _ NRL. Lecker says when Woodsy goes to Macca's, does he still ask for his buns to be steamed?
Always get the buns steamed, brother.
Ball play. You're becoming you're a princess.
What do you mean?
Well, just go in there. The people are busy enough without having to steam your buns. This is White now up toward the halfway line, and they've had a lot of ball now, the Warriors, about 57% of the last 10 minutes. Back now for Townsend to put a kick in. Completion rates, Warriors 82%. This is alarming, JD. Roosters 68% completion rate.
Yeah, I said it in the first half. I just feel like the Roosters just haven't been able to get control of this game purely because of their discipline with the footy. And it's all been around halfway, either side of the 40-metre line, in between that middle area of the field. I think they've come up with probably 8 to 9 errors in and around that area tonight.
Charles Nickel-Cookstar claiming a crusher tackle. We'll have a look at that on the Harvey Norman replay. Here it comes. Savala, White, or is it Wong? I beg your pardon. Yeah, that looks like a crusher. Triple M rocks the footy.
Surprise Fries is back at Macca's. Order medium or large fries to play on the My Macca's app. There's a 1 in 3 chance to win millions of prizes, plus a chance to go into the weekly draw to win $10,000 cash or one of their surprise prizes.
And we are back live. I don't think they're going to call that a crusher.
I don't think it was a crusher.
His head kind of popped out the side, didn't it?
He just stepped back into the tackle, and I reckon Siwa Wong did all the right things there.
You've got a bit of a bad attitude tonight, and I think it's because you think you're a big Bretney star now. Here's Chance Nickel-Cookstar. Well, look, he's made a miracle recovery.
Isn't it funny how you'll be on the breakfast show soon as well?
Ball's played back to, hang on a second. It comes to Metcalf. Metcalf got it away to Halasima. Halasima away from one, and he gets a pass away. Back it comes to Walker, then to Egan. Oh, that's almost an intercept. Taken, though, by Leatoa. Gets a pass on the Tuapiki. Away from one, away from two, away from three, the kid. And brought down 10 metres out. Last tackle. They got to go left. Egan and Metcalf. And then Harris DeVita will kick. I don't know about that kick. Up they go. Harris DeVita took it on the ball and scores. Harris DeVita scores an individual try.
Maroon, I'm with you. I did not know about that kick either. It looked like he hit it and hoped. It looked like it was going too short. But you know what he did so well? He turned a poor kick into a great chase. He had his eyes on the ball the whole time. In Chanel Harris DeVita, he goes up against, I think it was James Tedesco, but the play from before, JD's caught all night. You've got to support Wade Egan. He caused a little bit of havoc through the ruck. They shift. They found Topiki. He sliced through, almost sneaks straight through Lenu. And I think it's Docker Clay, but he just takes the tackle. And as we're watching it, you look at the kick from Harris Tavita, you think, geez, it probably hasn't got enough on it. But he just pushes through and gets over the top of Tedesco for the second try of the night for the Warriors.
It's a great chase, isn't it? And he gets right up, out jumps Tedesco. Tedesco gets himself in poor body position, and he gets a free catch at that. It's beautiful individual try from the young fella. Really happy for Tavita Harris. He's tried to have a crack through that line all night. It was a great take in these conditions. Keep his feet, another 2 metres and score. Big play.
Triple M Mitsubishi Triton scoreboard, and the Warriors take the lead 8-6. And the Pertec kick predictor, 62%. Harris Tavita is the kid. Did he kind of retired from footy for a little while and he came back?
He had a gap year.
Yeah. Moves in now, Metcalf, and the kick hits the upright. Well, they have missed a very easy attempted conversion there, and they lead the game by 8-6 as Triple M rocks the footy.
If you're in the trade, Mitre 10 hopes you're enjoying the game. And at your local Mitre 10 Trade Centre, you'll also enjoy expert service and top quality materials to help get the job done right. That's mighty helpful, Mitre 10.
The crowd went absolutely wild for that try. They've been waiting for so long for more points on the board for the Warriors. And it might have been scored by Chanel Harris-Tavita, but it was set up beautifully by Tane Tuopiki, who is new to the position on the wing. He said he's not the type of winger to bump up the forwards, but he likes to step around them and find some tired forwards to score some points, and he did beautifully there.
Good on you, Tiff. It's great having you on the sideline too in Auckland. We're really enjoying your company. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. For Bob Jane T-Mart, Barnett has it now, gets up and plays it to Egan, and then it goes to Walker, and then Walker runs straight into Crichton. Warriors 8, Sydney Roosters 6, 13 minutes left. Can they hold on? The Warriors play back now, Egan again, and then it goes to Halasima, and he's always hard to stop. 10 metres his own side of the halfway line. At the play the ball, we'll see Egan have a little dart out of dummy half. Docker Clay's got him, and Savala as well, right on the halfway line. Last play, it goes out to Metcalf, puts a kick downfield, and they just need to pin Tupou down here in this far corner, and that'll be a good set after points. But he gets the pass away to Nwakanitawasi, but he has stopped JD.
Just not sure they realise how hard it is to get tackled near the sideline in New Zealand. It's so slippery over there. And he's just played back to it, straight to him. He did a good job to stay in field then. But they're under heat here. It's a great kick. They're under pressure. The Warriors are on top at the moment.
Now Victor Radley, and Halasima has him. There's 12 minutes left in the game. Don't go away, footy fans. Big Benny Dobbin and the call team have Cowboys and Broncos for you next. Played to Docker Clay, given then for the kick from inside the 40, but it went straight down the middle where Chance Nickel Klukstar picked it up and comes charging back and will be tackled by Docker Clay.
Again, Endersets, poor kick from the Roosters. He's played the ball 43 metres off his try line with the kick return.
Then we'll see this with Leatoa right on the halfway. Aaron Clark is back out there, 10 metres inside. Well, they found a second win here, the Warriors, as it comes across to Chance.
Wow.
He's gone right through and tackled right on the Westpac red zone. Quick play the ball. Egan, Metcalf puts a kick in. The chase is good. They're going to have to bounce. Oh, no. Ooh. It goes dead. Teddy lets it roll dead. Ooh. Oh, hang on. Ash Klein says...
I think the ball has not bounced over the other side of the dead ball line. Teddy's it's landed on his leg, so I think he's taken it dead here. I'll have a look at it.
I don't mind this decision by Ashley Klein, because what he's done is he said it's gone dead, but you can always look at the
challenge.
Yeah, you can always have a look.
But the video ref's going to look at it anyway. I don't think he needs the captain's challenge this.
The decision, the ball touched the line.
Harvey Norman, let's have a look at this on the Harvey Norman replay.
Confident, Teddy.
Still don't think that was the right option for Metcalf. It was only play 3 or 4. It wasn't even the end of the set yet.
They needed more time, right? So I accepted the captain's challenge. So they couldn't get it in time.
Teddy's right up there in the line, though.
Kick chase cleans onside.
And okay, now Teddy gets down on the knees and slides and slides and slides and slides.
Off him.
The ball then touches James Tedesco
It's a great decision to actually
dead in goal. The captain's challenge is unsuccessful.
So,
thinking, what's a hit there?
It's hit Teddy right in the
gangulis,
in the manhood, right in the kahunas.
It's a pity. If he had a small one, it wouldn't have touched him.
Well, mate, you're always referencing other people's
sausages.
So, does this say something about yours? You want to tell us something about yours? There's the dropout. 20 metres it goes. Taken by Harris DeVita. Looking for try number 2. We're in the Westpac red zone. Warriors 8, Sydney Roosters 6, 10 and a half to go. Then a dummy half chance. Got it away to Aaron Clark, the former Gold Coast Titan. Oh, he's going to crawl over the line. He's right on the line. They could wrap this up here, boys. Egan to the left side, long pass. Metcalf drops one back in for Barnett. They need to score and convert, though.
Wayne Egan's the key.
Then played to Egan at dummy half again. He got the pass away, Jack Ford. Metcalf. Then Chance got the ball away. They come out. Leatoa's going to score and comes around and puts it right under the posts. Oh, JD, that might be the ball game.
Great footy and set up beautifully again. Wade Egan with his big man in the middle third, pulled the Roosters right in and then executed really well from Metcalf to create some space for Charles Nickel Clockstead on the edge. This Leatoa, really impressed with him tonight. He's a big body, he's hard to handle, he's had a big job up against Nawaka Nikitawaze, and he's done a great job. And he's beaten him twice now on that edge when he's given him some room to move.
Oh, what a player Wade Egan is. When you got to play the ball on the try line, you try to get your numbers and splits, evenly. But what he does is it's the deception of Wade Egan that puts so many thoughts in the defender's mind. And they're just so bunched. There's probably about 3 in the space where 1 should be. And it just creates an overlap on the outside. And as you said, this kid, Leatoa, he's the superstar of the future. The way he moves, it's like he's as big as a back rower in the centre position and slices through for his second try of the night.
I think it goes back to, again, we spoke about it, the Roosters are starting to look really tired.
Yes.
They have just given up the ball way too many times inside their own end. They're at 70% completion rate. They're at 84. It'll be higher than that when it comes up on the stats in a moment for the Warriors. And they are just grinding this win out.
Ali Leatoa. Now, remember, they haven't converted a try, but if they do convert this one, well, it'll put them out by 8. As one of the boys might have just said, Pertek kick predictor 89%. There is the kick. And Metcalf puts it right over. And the Warriors lead the game by 14 points to 6 over the Sydney Roosters. Well, the Roosters are going to have to come up with something here. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game, JD.
Yeah, they're going to have to go, I think, maybe short, try to get the ball back or try to get some, but they've got to change the way they're playing if they do get that and start looking to generate some ruck speed, because both teams are tight. It's been a really physical game in the conditions, and yeah, it's not over. They've still got it in them, but it's not looking good. I think the Warriors will bring it home from here.
Okay, I hope you haven't put the kiss of death on them. There's the short kickoff from the Roosters. Batted back, they have the ball. So they start with 8 minutes to go and 8 points. They are in deficit. Docker Clay gets it away to White. White will play it. He's about 30 metres out from the Warriors line. Gets up to play it back. Once again, this time it'll go to Radley. Radley gets it to Liniu. Gets out of a tackle. This is a good run from Spencer. Almost to the Westpac red zone. And tackled right on the red zone. All of a sudden, we've got a little bit of excitement about this game. First receiver, though, we'll see it go Townsend, and then Smith, and then Tedesco. The ball's come loose. It's picked up by Cape Wool, and the Warriors have it. And they'll play it 22 metres out from their own line. So, just a simple error here. Ash Klein's put a halt to proceedings, though.
Yeah, Cape Wool not going to play. The boys just saying no advantage. But JD just basically said the Roosters have not given themselves an opportunity with the amount of errors, and the next set they get the ball back from a short restart, and it's just a simple catch. It goes straight through the hands of Toya, and it's just letting themselves down with too many errors. That's the 11th error of the night, and the completion rate, it was 70, now it's 67%. It's just not good enough.
Such an emotional performance last week from the Roosters. Was an outstanding performance, and you could see what it meant to them after the game. But for a young player, it's hard to back that up the following week, especially away over in New Zealand, and especially in these conditions where it takes sometimes experience to go through something like this to get it right. Toya, he's put the ball down at least 3 times tonight. That was an easy catch, but he was going nowhere either. There was no space for him to play to.
Alasima will get up and play it back to Egan, who got it away to Aaron Clark. Aaron Clark is at the halfway line.
Got some really good young kids coming through the system, the Warriors. Tia, who scored the 2 tries. You've got Halasima, Vimalga. Like, they've got some really good kids coming through this system, and they're getting some great experience coming up against some of the big rigs now.
Here's Clark now inside the 30, and they are really coming home strong now, the Warriors. Last play, though, Egan. Harris DeVita will kick from 25 metres out toward the wing of Dom Young. Dom Young goes up and takes it beautifully, and then taken by Adam Pompey, 12 metres out. They got 6 minutes, and they are 8 in arrears. The Sydney Roosters, they can do it. There's no question they can do it. Here's Toya, and this time Toya is stopped quite easily by Fisher Harris. Played into Chad Townsend, who gets the ball away to Radley, and then the pass goes out toward the middle of the field. But look at that defence from the Warriors. Getting up to play it back is White to Docker Clay, then Radley, and then Smith. Oh, he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball. Did he knock it on, or did he knock it back? I think he's knocked it on, and he's injured Sandon Smith too. Well, it was a great hit, JD. Knock back, says the referee.
Right through the middle, absolutely folded him through the middle third. They've caught a knock back, and they're on the attack now. Dom Young down the sideline.
Away. He's over the 40, puts a kick in, and then the kick is going to go over the sideline. Was he obstructed will be the question. Dom Young, the kick was never the option, I don't think.
He held his ground. I thought he just stood still.
Yeah, he just held his ground. So it's just going to be a Warriors ball. Harvey Norman replay. What about that hit? Let's have a look at that again on the Harvey Norman replay. But let's have a look at this run here from Dom Young. The kick.
Let's go.
Was that the play?
No, it's not the play, but that hasn't been the play all night for the Roosters. They're just, every time they've had a half chance, they have squandered it by trying to play that miracle play or the extra pass that they don't need, instead of banking it, looking inside. You know, even when we kicked, when Tupu kicked it in the first half and they nearly scored, but he didn't need to kick. He had 3 blokes on his inside. They just haven't executed when they've had their chances tonight, the Roosters. They've had plenty of chances as well.
They are not done. They're not done. There's 5 to go. Now, we've seen teams come back from further, but they need 2-point scoring opportunities. We're looking at it on the Harvey Norman replay. Shans Nickel-Klukstad just stood his ground, but Dom Young,
he can't do anything. He jumped up in the air to try and knock the ball from like a charge down. And while he's in the air, Dominic Young's run into him. But he can't move while he's in the air. He's got no feet on the ground.
Why are we stopping the game?
I don't know.
He's winded.
Triple M NRL second half scoreboard for Mitsubishi Triton. Thanks to the reliable Triton, nothing can frighten a Triton. 10 years warranty, 10 years capitalised servicing. Still proud to have them as a sponsor too. Great vehicle.
What about Charles Nickel-Klukstad, boys? 26 hit-ups for 266 metres.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's his 50th game for the Warriors. Remember, he played 66 for Canberra, including, correct me if I'm wrong, the 2019 Grand Final. Fisher Harris is just his own side of the halfway line. Now, they're running out of opportunities here, the Roosters. They need the footy. It is with Aaron Clark inside Roosters territory. Egan, Jack Ford, taken a good tackle by Docker Clay. Last play. This is Harris DeVita, 31 metres out. Up it goes from Harris DeVita. Up goes Dom Young, and will be brought down.
I'd love to see the Warriors look to run a bit more on last play, because there's not once have the Roosters put any kick pressure on, and they could probably get a couple more metres up the field, and that's going to put the pressure on the defensive line of the Roosters to have to bring them forward.
The Warriors, Woodsy, are known for not coming forward on the Roosters are known for not coming forward on the last play and having that staggered line, so there is opportunity to take easy metres there.
And the ball is played for Savala. My Greek friends report they don't think that is a Greek name, so I'm sorry I got that wrong. Not that it really matters. Ball is played to Docker Clay. 3.5 minutes left. Warriors 14 lead Roosters 6.
You've got to score on this set. Could be any chance here. They're not looking likely.
Docker Clay now back across to Radley. got it away to Townsend, got it away to Tedesco, but Harris DeVita hangs on. And 3 minutes now on the last play, so they're about to hand the footy over again. They're just not going to get enough more opportunities with the footy now, one would think. The Roosters, there's the kick, up it goes. Oh, well, I think that maybe that was obstruction. Maybe he was escorted off the ball, Shans Nickel-Klukstad. In the end, he comes away with it anyway.
This is going to be a great win for the Warriors because the first half, they just couldn't. They were just beating themselves, and in the second stage of this game, they've lost two of Arthur, one of their main strike weapons, and to grind this game out 14-6 against a side like the Roosters who knocked off the Penrith Panthers last week, confidence up high. Great win for the Warriors tonight.
Now, Egan, dummy half, and the Warriors have the Tigers at Campbelltown next week. Roosters have the Titans in the heart of Sydney City. Penalty goes to the Warriors, and that will be the ball game. JD, you're looking at some of those stats?
Yeah, it's just completion rates, isn't it? Warriors are complete up at 85. It'll be more now, 86%. The Roosters are down into that 69%. But what that's meant is the Warriors have had 33 tackles inside the opposition's 20. The Roosters have only had 10. That's just made it too hard in these conditions to score point from range.
All right, well, we're going to have to get Woodsy to do the CPAP Direct triple MVP at full time, and then we'll have to rush off to the Broncos.
Yep.
Cowboys game. Aaron Clark is there. So what a win for the Warriors, and they can. Very good chance of backing it up next week against the Tigers. Barnett is about 11 metres out from the 20 metres out. You better make that from the Roosters line. Jackson Ford goes into the Westpac red zone, and we go into the final minute of the game at Go Media Stadium at Auckland. And here is Adam Pompey. So, getting up to play this, back to Wigan, goes short side, takes the tackle, and the Roosters will get one last crack. Of course, this is Toya. And as JD pointed out, those completion rates, 26 of 37. A lot of things wrong tonight, the poor old Roosters. Angus Crichton turns to pass. He'll be taken by Metcalf. 20 seconds left. Our man in Brisbane, Ben Dobbin, has Broncos Cowboys coming up for you next on Triple M or the Listener app. Don't go away. You get a good call.
Jeez, he's a good player, isn't he?
He's an athlete.
He is a good player.
And Bradley then for Smith. He got it away to Tupou into a bit of space, but the kick, again, the kick probably wasn't on. Who's there to pick it up? Metcalf. Full-time siren sounds in the background. What a great win for the Warriors. Great way for Shans to celebrate 50 NRL games for them. And a great way to welcome in some new players. They are now 2 of 3. CPAP Direct. Get expert advice and unbeatable prices at CPAP Direct. Visit us in store. cpap.com.au. What about you, Woodsy? Who are you saying? 3, 2, 1.
For 1 point, it's going to go Leotai, the centre. He got a couple of tries, got the first and last of the night, which ended up being the match winner. 2 points was Charles Nickel-Klukstad. I think it was 27 carries for over 270 metres. And the man of the match is Wade Egan. He just dictated terms all night through the middle of the ruck, and all their opportunities come off him.
Okay, Wade Egan, who's, of course, had a few seasons now with the Warriors.
He's a good player.
I think he's a Lithgow boy. They get a lot of players up the other side of the mountains. Penrith did, and that's where he came through. But, JD, a wonderful win for the Warriors. Spirited.
Yeah, if I'm a Warriors fan, I'm really excited about Lauatau, Valmoga, and Halasima. They are 3 very talented young players. And Jacob Laban, who's the 18th man, who has huge raps as well. So bright future for the Warriors.
Okay, Warriors beat the Roosters 14 points to 6. Mitre 10 Trade. Get expert service trusted by the trade at your local Mitre Trade Centre. Here are the highlights as Triple M rocks the footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
Thanks to the reliable Mitsubishi Triton. Nothing can frighten a Triton.
The verdict, thanks to Tui's. How do you feel? I feel like a Tui's or two.